Shopping for the perfect diamond can be difficult, but that's why I've trained my staff to be helpful and to offer you a stress-free diamond experience. Pick your sparkle and use our easy layaway plan. Every woman deserves an exquisite diamond from your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We don't work on commissions.
We work for smiles and I-dos.
So if you're tired of high-pressure salespeople, stop by and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
The brand new Burger King in Weewa Hitchka is looking for managers and team members. You'll get to use your smile and personality and get paid for it. You'll be responsible for getting guests excited about their experience every day at Burger King. You'll get to work in a safe, productive environment that allows employees to thrive and advance with career opportunities. Burger King promotes from within. They offer training and development, flexible schedules, employee meal discounts, and scholarship opportunities. Burger King is an equal opportunity employer. Interested job seekers should text 007-8075 to 31063 to apply. Must be at least 16 years of age.
Hi, this is Coach James Hale. Keeping your car looking great is easy as 1, 2, 3 at Blue Sky Express Car Wash. By joining their monthly wash club, you'll get the best bang for your buck. In just 2 car washes, your monthly membership pays for itself, starting at only $19.99 a month. What are you waiting for? Become a member today at Blue Sky Express Car Wash on Back Beach Road next to Home Depot. Tell them Coach Hale sent you.
Mid-South Lumber has new owners. Stop in and visit Ann and Dave. They're on site every day to make you a priority. They're not the typical big box store, and customer service is their #1 priority. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years. Transform your home with James Hardy Siding. Durability, fire resistant, sustainability. James Hardy Color Plus is virtually maintenance-free and comes with a 30-year warranty. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City.
Atlanta Braves play here. WGSX Lynn 8 and WTOT W271DM Mariana. Powered by Pepsi. ESPN Northwest Florida. Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Get past the people, get past the hit me.
Hit me! 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's Tuesday. Jim Barant's in the building. Ethan Boyd is on his way. The Texas Aggie is on his way.
Is he bringing food?
I don't know.
That we can't eat?
Well, we might have to break
one person.
We might have to break
we'll
our diet.
Find a way. If he brings the food,
sometimes
we'll
you have
to.
You have to give in every once in a while. Mr. Evil wins sometimes.
Yeah, you know all about Mr. Evil.
Mr. Evil's always lurking. He's always telling you things you shouldn't do or say things you shouldn't say.
Eat that burrito. Go ahead. Yeah. Eat that breakfast burrito. It's
but
good for you.
Then Mr. Good, Mr. Outstanding.
With a Dr. Pepper. Not that diet stuff. It wasn't hard stuff. Wash it down.
No, don't do it. Your cholesterol.
Have some M&Ms,
your stomach
too.
issues.
Have some M&Ms. Go ahead.
He knows it pretty good. He knows it pretty good. Anyway, Ethan's on his way today, 8:15. Andy Burcham, the voice of the Auburn Tigers. Hey, Auburn put it on Bama, beat them twice. We'll talk about that more than a little bit later in the show. Again, at 8:15. Bozeman on the road. Left last night. Holmes County, I believe, left yesterday afternoon. Right. Bozeman practiced, had a meal after there at the school, then got on the bus and drove and got in late last night to Fort Myers. And Holmes County left a little bit earlier than they did. But, Jim, you made a great point, and we need to talk about this. First of all, let me say this. If you would help we've got some great people that have helped out Bozeman. We got one particular man I know that's an incredible guy. Every time a school goes to a playoff game, state championship type situation, he is and helps out. I can't mention his name, but I tell you what, he's a great guy. Anyway, Bozeman High School, if you want to help out, if you can't, the best thing is just drive by the school, give them $10, give them $20, $50, $100, whatever you can do. You get enough people give $10, $20, it really helps them out. You got to feed those kids for 3 nights, 3 days. The cost now for a charter bus, I was telling Jim, they're charging so much now just to cover their expenses. They got to pay for the bus driver. They got to pay for his hotel room. And then they got to pay for the gas, which is crazy as we all know. So please help out Bozeman High School. If you do not want to go by the school, here's what you can do. PayPal's, that's what it's called, PayPal.
Yeah.
Bozeman Baseball Boosters at gmail.com. Bozeman Baseball Boosters at gmail.com. Do it that way. But please, if you can help them out, please do so. If you got a son played baseball at Arnold, Rutherford, North Bay Haven, wherever, help them out, man. We would be doing the same thing for you right now, so let's help them out. Jim, you made up a great point. Why would the state, I know it's probably exciting for the kids to go to Fort Myers and play down there, but in 1A baseball, and really and truly, I wish it'd go back home and home. I wish, like 2002, everybody north plays a state championship game in the north bracket. 2023, the South will play the state championship game. It's every other year, like it used to be a long time ago. You made a great point. And think about that. Where are all these four schools located?
Yeah, in 1A baseball, which was what Bozeman's classification is, they got them in Holmes County, and Holmes County is more west of us, than
Right.
Bozeman is. And they got Fort White, which is in Columbia County, which is the same one. If you've ever been to Lake City, well, Fort White is in the southern part of that county. And then you got Dixie County, which is in Cross City.
Yeah.
There's not a 1A school below Gainesville.
That's playing in the state.
That's playing
playoffs.
for that state championship. So it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy. You're from Holmes County to Fort Myers. That's got to be like 10 hours. I mean, you're talking a long way.
Yeah.
And
At least 9.
Yeah, at least 9. Maybe 10 if you don't get stuck. But it's just kind of crazy. That you have a great season and you kind of get financially punished because it costs a fortune to get there.
All right, let's talk about it. If you played
Why
a
couldn't they play in
state championship
Tallahassee?
game, well, let's just go home. Let's go back to the home thing. If you played at home, let's just say we're talking football right now, and Mosley's playing, and it's their this particular year, that's part of the state gets to host the state championship game. The home team does. Tommy Oliver would be completely slam packed. The other team would travel. It would, instead of both teams having to travel, the way things cost now, hotel rooms, food, gas, buses, bus drivers, everything. It looks like they would go back where you'd have one group having to go instead of both groups going.
Right.
I think that would be better. I think it'd be more exciting. I think there'd be more people at the game. And it'd be more exciting for the players because you play some of these big arenas, it's like nobody's there.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know that you could have something like that for the bigger classifications, but for 1A, all the 1A teams are in the Panhandle, all of them.
Let's bring in Ethan Boyd,
It's crazy.
the Rudy's Tooties restaurant Guru King. I tell you, it was funny.
That's a mouthful.
We, after the soccer game, Ron Moby, by the way, did an incredible job coaching again. Game plan was incredible. Strategy. We lost, but he did a great job.
Fire him.
we did lose.
Time to make a change.
No, I think Taco Bell's still going to NIL with all the kids. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. All right. After the game, I'm going to go by Rudy's Barbecue. Ethan's going to be there. Said he'd be there Saturday. Get in there. They said he's not here. So I stop the order. I run back in the back of the building. I'm looking through all the offices, all the doors. No, really, he's not here, Coach. I said, oh, dang, okay. So anyway, we go eat. And I'll tell you what, man. We got there right at 11. There was a good crowd in there at 11. I just didn't think there'd be that many people there at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, it's
And
kind
then
of early.
Yeah, but then I remembered y'all do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you got guys there all the time. And we're getting ready. Middle of June, it's going to start cranking up. Really, in a couple of weeks, they kick off the weekend. We're off that Monday. There'll be a lot of people coming to town, so I really think you're going to see everything really shoot up then. I really do. But how's it been going down there? Because I'm telling you guys, you told me about it a long time ago, and I agree with 100%. Julie always gets the barbecue, but I love your turkey sandwich. and I don't know. Well, why is it so good? Y'all put some kind of seasoning on it?
No, I mean, just like we have like our Rudy's turkey seasoning, which really just is rosemary and sage is really all it is.
It's really good, though.
I mean, obviously, we love our pepper in Texas. So
Yeah,
there's obviously
yeah.
some pepper in there too. But
You just cut loose the secret recipe. You know that, don't you?
That's right.
no, there's Rudy's love that goes into
You'll be,
it.
you'll be
The
hearing
super
from
secret
corporate giving away the secret.
Rudy's love. There's a lot of Rudy's love. But really, we had a great time down there. We stayed a long time. I was hoping I texted you and everything, and I said, I'm here, you buying. I never heard back. So I guess, I don't know, Julius. I said, no, we'll wait making it. But no, we had a great time. We stayed there a long time watching the games, talking to people. And
Did you stay in the room that's got your picture in it?
No, we stayed in the main.
The Rudy Tooties room?
We didn't stay by the bathroom. No, we stayed there by the. We stayed in the front. Matter of fact, of all the tables, she picked the one where you only got really one view of that one TV. Well, you could look at across the other.
Yeah.
I like more like what I call the main one. We got
where
TVs
there's
everywhere.
like 5 TVs.
Yeah, the TVs everywhere, so I can watch all the different things that are going on. But we had seriously, we had a great time.
What you won't watch going on is Texas A&M playing baseball and dipping out of games so they can pad their schedule.
Oh, yes.
Has Ethan explained that one yet?
Well, hold on that. We're going to hit him that with the A&M update. I'm trying to keep him on board, too.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. No. We'll get him that in a minute. But I want to get back to what we were talking about. In Texas, now, do y'all go to Dallas for all the state championship football, baseball, and stuff like that? We used to, in the old days, you would have that one year, everybody in the north section would host a state championship game. And then the next year, regardless, it always go to the south. And if you were playing for state championship the year that you're in the north part of the state and you had a home game, that's great. The other year, you had to travel. I kind of liked it that way. There were so many more people there at the games. One team had to pay for all the costs. And actually, I think the state helped them out with some of that. I just think it's kind of better. Now they've gone where the state makes money. People bid to have the baseball games, the soccer games, the football games. So the state, the good people in Gainesville, make money. And that's the main reason they do it. They're making money. And what that does, it makes teams travel. Both teams have to travel to Central Florida. Fort Myers,
South Florida. That's not
South,
Central Florida.
Yeah, Central Florida. That's at least 2 hours south of Orlando and Tampa. At least 2 hours.
Yeah, at least.
We used to live down there.
Yeah.
And it's great. Facilities are unbelievable. The baseball's a big deal. I get it. But we've been there, Jim, and seen the crowds aren't not near as big as they should be because people really can't afford to do it.
Yeah.
This was 8-9 years ago we were at one of those games.
Yep.
So what I'm asking you, in Texas, how they do it in Texas? Do they have home and home for the state championships, or do they all go to Dallas, or what?
No, I'm about 90% sure it's actually Austin.
Austin,
So
that's right.
we go to the
Okay.
state capital. Football goes to Dallas. I'm about 90% sure that baseball, it's all in Austin.
In Austin, okay.
Yeah, because I think they play at UT. Like
Yeah.
that's they host a national championship for all levels. I definitely know it's for 3A, 4A, and 5A.
Okay.
I know for sure. The smaller ones might do something a little different since they are smaller, but I know the bigger ones all go there. That's where our school went whenever we were in the state.
Do you
tournament.
think the smaller ones go home and home, or do you know?
I don't know. I know that we do best of 3 though.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the higher seed gets to choose. So the higher seed gets to choose if they want to go 1-game series or best of 3 series.
Wait a minute, go back. So
So
the
when-
highest seeded team
gets
in
to
the state
choose
championship game,
in all playoff rounds.
all playoff
So
rounds.
you can choose if you want to go a 1-game series or a 3-game series.
Wait, so you could have one team in a different in the West or East, whatever you want to say,
Yeah.
playing more games, and
Yeah.
you're fresh and ready to go.
Yeah.
How's that?
Because I mean, some schools, depending on the pitching, some schools are like, hey, I got deeper pitching, and even if I lose a 1 game to someone I should typically beat, versus you got like we played a school, they had a guy that was, he was throwing 95 plus. Homer Bailey, he went into the MLB, he was a pitcher for 15 years. We played him, we're like, hey, we want a 3-game series because he might beat us once, but we only got to play him one time where we think we have a better shot. Versus we played him in a 1-game series, we're just gonna lose.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
that's
I didn't either.
yeah. In Alabama, you have to. It's 3 games.
Yeah.
Jeremy Pridgeon he's in on Thursday. He used to ref those games, and he said you played 3, so you really got the true best teams
True
playing.
best team, yeah.
I don't really like that what they do in Texas because but hey, you know what? If you're the number 1 seed, there's a reason you're number 1 seed, I guess.
Right.
A long time ago, back in the late '80s, the year after Friday Night Lights, I was down in Texas visiting family at the time, and I got to see Permian play Houston Aldine, and it was in not Jerry's World, whatever the old Texas. I guess it was Texas Stadium.
Texas Stadium.
Yeah, that was but Midland, Texas to Dallas.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a long way too now.
Yeah.
That's a long way because Midland, Texas is almost in New Mexico. I mean, it's way out there.
Middle of nowhere.
Where Permian was coming from. The mojo.
Well, Jim, you know what it is. They get money. The Texas High School Association gets bids, and so does the Florida. So I guess it's all about the money. And I guess it would be exciting for the players, though. Hey, look, we get to go to Dallas and play. We get to go to Fort Myers and play. I get that. I just think it'd be more people at the games. I think it'd be more exciting if it's home and home. It would save some money. It really would. I think it would make more money. And maybe the state could just take a bigger cut. I don't know.
Well, in my opinion, this is just my 2 cents, for 1A for Bozeman, if they're going to make them travel that far, then the state ought to pick up some of the cost.
I think they pick up some. I just don't know what it is.
And it ought to be a lot because, I mean, that's a long way.
Yeah.
You're looking at, like we said, 8-9 hours. Easy.
With our great baseball facilities up here in Panama City Beach.
How about Tallahassee? Dick Hauser Stadium?
I'd rather take care of the beach. I mean, I'd like to see it here in Panama City Beach. We had a state weightlifting meet at Arnold. We hosted a state championship there.
Maybe it's even two. You just look at the two schools that are playing, and you say, "Hey, where's the middle ground between these two schools?"
Yeah.
That way every year it changes every year.
Well, you'd have 1 week to get ready for it.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know. I don't think that ever happened because the way they run it, they're not going to give up their money. No, that's the main thing. Not. But anyway, hey, again, if you want to help Bozeman out, Bozeman High School, PayPal. Bozeman Baseball Boosters at gmail.com, or go by the school, give them $5, $10, $20, $1,000, $10,000, whatever you can do it. Help these kids out. Man, this is a dream come true for them.
Give them a bag of Rudy's barbecue.
Oh my God, you kidding me? We should. Are you going to drive down to Fort Myers, take them some food before the game?
I just might.
Or take that Rudy's jet and fly down there.
Yeah, I got the jet.
The Rudy personal jet.
A&M.
But he gave
Jimbo
away
Fisher's check.
Yeah,
corporate
corporate
won't finance it now because he gave away the formula secret sauce.
Oh, Lord.
He's on his own today. You're driving, boy. You ain't taking a plane.
Well, I'll tell you something else that's outstanding. We got Rudy's Barbecue with us today. Try the barbecue to love it. But I'm telling you, just once for me. And I always put that barbecue sauce on it, too, the yellow tank container. Y'all got the white one and the yellow. What's the difference with white and yellow? I didn't even read it.
One's white, one's
yellow. Well, I hate to tell you this.
No.
So white's the original. Yellow is the sissy sauce.
Are you kidding me?
So it's the milder sauce.
All right.
But hey, don't worry, I'm a sissy too. I use it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the white one next.
So you're taking the sissy sauce, is that right?
The sissy sauce is good. That's some good stuff right there. Go try that turkey and that sissy sauce. You will absolutely love it. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road, 350-seat restaurant. It's gorgeous there. And you got the great Ethan Boyd there. Does an incredible job. Great employees, by the way. J. Michael's Restaurant, best seafood, coldest beer. Get out there and tell them Coach sent you. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Nobody. Is it feeling good in here right now? Oh, my God. It was hot and humid. We cranked that sucker on. They do such a wonderful job. Stevenson Air Conditioning, number one. Not even close. Family loan. Love Jason, Debbie. Thank you guys for everything you do. Chuck Tucker, man. Chuck's a legend here. It's basically his daddy, the former principal at Mosley High School. And Chuck's done such a great job with South Oak Title and Closing that I think real estate, they use him all the time. Mark Cowart, Beth, they want him. They know there's no surprises. It's your money you demand. South Oak Title and Closing, Chuck Tucker, number one. We'll be right back. Jim Barant, FSU, what is going on? 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Jim is next.
Can you do one me favor? Can you stop trashing me along with your buddy Legion?
I will try to be a human when I give you my word.
And I'm reminded of what you told me 2 months ago. You remember? You said, yeah, Jim, I've been wrong doing that, going along with trashing you.
I did say
I'll stop it. And you didn't stop it.
We all have our demons.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays 6 to 10 on 102.1 and 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good Tuesday morning, mostly sunny in the mid to upper 80s today. A southwest wind developing about 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf of Mexico is 77. Mostly clear overnight in the low 70s, southwest wind about 10 miles per hour. Wednesday and Thursday, mostly sunny in the mid-80s. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Mid-South Lumber, best little lumber yard in Panama City and Youngstown. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
We paid how much for those lessons?
Shh, she's doing great.
Oh, yeah, totally. Can you pass me a Pepsi Zero Sugar? Great job, honey! Oh, look at that. That's not the end.
No way. Now it's time for the encore.
You know what? You're right. 5 times? Not enough times.
For everyone who traded in rock concerts for their kids' recitals, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Here is your ice-cold Pepsi Zero Sugar, sir.
Oh, thanks. Wanna watch the game?
Ooh, little sports ball on a Sunday afternoon. Don't mind if I do. Hey, did we win? It sounds like we won.
It's still the first quarter.
I must be lucky. People say that about me. Tough break on that free throw there. Shouldn't be doing that.
Dude, we're watching football. Come on.
For everyone who spent the entire game explaining the entire game, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels Studio.
Boss, I got good news and bad news. What's the bad news? Your hat's on fire.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
James, do it, baby. You're not the greatest.
I don't care.
Do you care? I don't care.
All right, here's the question.
This is a man's world.
It is a man's
It's a hot tub.
Is James Brown better than Elvis?
Wait a minute.
Because you're
Wait a
two
minute.
heroes
hey,
now.
You know what? I'm glad I have a bullet in my gun
Tune in
right
next
now.
week.
Yeah, I do have. I always carry, but I left the bullet in the car. Let me tell you something. There ain't nobody better than Elvis. Are you kidding me?
John Wayne better than Elvis?
I'm gonna go.
Clint
I'm gonna
Eastwood?
take. They're pretty good. No, there's nobody better than Elvis. I mean, come on. Elvis is America. I mean, but so is James Brown. That's true. But no, I want to say this about Elvis. And if you've ever watched their stories, what they came from, they are the American dream. James Brown was abused by his father. Nobody raised him. You go get on up, watch his movie. The guy was incredible what he overcame to become what he did. Same thing with Elvis. Poor, they had nothing. They had absolutely nothing. Two poor families right there. The American dream became legends. I mean, legends. But nobody's bigger than Elvis, sorry. Now, Muhammad Ali's pretty big, too, but Elvis, I got to give credit. Muhammad was pretty cool now. Yeah, he was, and nobody really wanted you to like him back when I was growing up, but, man, he was cool. True. He was cool. That's so could fight, man. Anyway.
He was the best, in my opinion.
I tell you what else is cool, is the best. Bobby Bowden. I wish we could, well, there was the old song when Alabama was losing, and this was after Barrett had passed away, and I promise we heard this chant one time. Dig him up, Bama, dig him up.
And you were the one.
I started thinking that sounds terrible. But I do miss Bobby. I don't know if we should dig him up or not, but I do miss Bobby, man. Yeah, this stuffing, put him on sidelines, we'd still win.
Put him up against the goalpost.
Now, people get mad when you kid like that, so I apologize.
We're just kidding, all right? Everybody lighten up.
Yeah. Anyway, but
I'm not sorry.
But no, there's nobody bigger. And matter of fact, June 24th, the movie comes out about Elvis. And this Friday, I'm going to see Downton Abbey. I might come by and see you after. You working Friday? I might come by and see it. It depends on what we got planned. But I don't know if the girls are staying. I don't know what's going on this Friday. But we want to go see that movie. I know that. We got one more soccer game Saturday, and then soccer season's over. Jim, what do you got for us today on the mighty Seminoles? And let me say this. If you live in Panama City Beach, you're a very special type person. And if you come and visit every year, we all know we're going to wind up going. You're going to run into old friends, family members, heck, college football players you played with. Because everybody goes to the legendary Newbies, especially the mothership, the best bands, the best food. They got food now, Ethan. I'm sorry. I was trying to get you a cater job there.
It's okay.
Fell apart. I don't know what.
I didn't get my share. I said, you know what? Forget this. I don't care what they like. Yeah.
Pay, so.
Yeah. Show me the money, baby. If I ain't, anyway. Get out the
Hey,
movies.
you got a picture up, okay? You got a picture up. Does anybody else in this room have a picture in there?
Yes.
It's
me, Elvis, and James Brown. All three of us right there together. Are you kidding me? I like the way the mayor. You see the new sign? See the sign out there? The name of the road to Hale. Did you see it? I love it. That was pretty cool. Did you see that? They named the road. They got the bridge fixed.
Oh yeah. I just drove on the bridge just now.
The road to Hale. I love it. H-A-L-E. No, they're not cussing. So. Anyway, what do you got for FSU today? You got anything good?
Can I talk now?
Yes, you can. I'm sorry. I just ate something. I'm hyped
See,
up.
I started this by saying compare Elvis and James Brown.
Yeah, that's right.
That's my bad. Well, it was a big weekend for Florida State. I'm going to start with the baseball real quick. Baseball, the men's baseball took 2 out of 3 from Miami, and that's always a big deal when you're able to beat the Hurricanes. I watched a little bit of the game on Sunday. It was a good time. But the real big news was the fact that the softball were the ACC champs for the 18th time, 7 out of the last 8 years. They were actually, when I turned the game on, they were losing to Clemson. They switched pitchers, brought in that Captain Sandercock, who's 29-1 now. They brought her in about halfway through, and she shut them down. But people were hitting home runs like crazy out in Pittsburgh. And actually, Florida State, I left, and they were behind, and I came back, and they won the game in the bottom of the 6th with a 3-run home run and won 8-6 over Clemson. So they got to host. They're going to be able to host a regional game in Tallahassee. I'll talk about that here in a little bit too. But yeah, they had a great comeback. They're 52-5 now.
52-5.
Yeah.
Wow.
And crazy, I didn't know this, but Oklahoma ranked number 1. They lost. They did not win the Big 12 championship. They lost to Oklahoma State. So they're 48-2.
Wow.
So, there's hope that maybe Florida State, if they can get that far, maybe they'll be able to match up with Oklahoma again. Yeah. But Oklahoma,
revenge, baby.
Yeah, Oklahoma's hit over 100 home runs. I mean, they must be cranking them out left and right. But so Florida State had a great weekend as far as baseball and softball goes.
I would love to see FSU and Oklahoma again. I really would, Jim. Is Oklahoma State? Are they really great in softball? Because I hadn't really,
Well, they made the tournament too. They made one in Stillwater, which is where they are. I don't know what their record is, but they made it too. So
they must be pretty good.
They must be
Oklahoma.
pretty good.
Yeah, that surprised me.
Yeah, it surprised me too. 48-2. I mean, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So, in the Tallahassee regional, it's going to be. Let me get my information here. It's going to start May 20th to the 22nd.
That's next week.
There's going to be Mississippi State playing USF, and then Howard versus Florida State, and it's double elimination. So, like we were talking about before, if you lose one time, it could just be a fluke. So you got to beat somebody twice to get them out. But I don't see Florida State having too much trouble with that region. No. And then after that, the Super Regionals are May 26th to the 29th. And then the College World Series will start June 2nd in Oklahoma City. So if they can get that far. So there's still some work ahead, but
I can't wait. I love watching it. I'll be honest with you. Who do you think's going to make it? Alabama's got a chance to get there. Florida State, Oklahoma.
Well, the traditional ones. Well, the top 4 teams each have a regional. Oklahoma was the number 1 overall seed. Florida State was number 2 overall. Virginia Tech was number 3 overall. Arkansas is number 4.
Yeah, forget about Arkansas.
And I think I didn't write it down, but I think UCLA is number 5.
Yeah,
and I heard
they're always good
on the selection show that UCLA has had 20-something shutouts this year in softball. So
wow,
that's kind of good. That's kind of impressive. And just for you, I had to write this down because I know you were going to ask at some point. How did the SEC do?
We did pretty good. We did. Yes, bring it up. Talk about it, baby.
So here's are the teams. I didn't write them all down, but here are the teams.
Too many.
The SEC had 12 of the 14 teams make it.
Wait. 12 of 14 made it.
Okay, even Texas A&M, who dipped out.
You ready?
Well,
SEC.
Wait a minute.
SEC.
No, that was baseball. So South Carolina and Vandy couldn't cut the mustard. They left them out.
Yeah.
The Pac-12 has 7. Big Ten's got 7. ACC's got 5. Big 12's got 3.
Wow.
So both Oklahomas and Texas made it from the Big 12.
Now, did you say A&M? Did they make it?
We made it. We are in the same bracket though as Oklahoma. So we might not be going very far this year.
When do y'all play? Is that this coming up week?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Texas A&M.
Yeah. We play Friday.
Good luck. Well, you
Yeah.
had a good year.
Hey,
anyway.
it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, so Oklahoma's region is they're playing Prairie View, A&M's playing Minnesota. Yeah. So it looks like it's going to come
Is
down to
Minnesota any good?
Well, they made it. It can't be too bad. I don't know.
It's too cold up there. I think A&M wins
Minnesota's 26 and 24, and then we're 29 and 26. So
that. Yeah, but we play real teams.
yeah, true. About yeah.
We play
we
in
played
the
in
South.
the SEC all year. So,
Yeah, we're
you know,
SEC,
yeah,
baby.
yeah.
Yes. AB. Hey, great job, Jim Bob.
Yeah.
Great job.
I
You
knew you.
You got any more you want to get when we get back?
No,
You got everything?
no,
You got it
that's
done?
good.
Okay, good. I'll just talk about some of our great people, and we got a great one here right now. Ethan Boyd, Rudy Tootie's Barbecue. Rudy's Barbecue on Back Beach Road. If you've never been there, go try it out. I tell you what, Jeremy Pridge and Bill Allen, they all love that. Now, Jeremy's more like me. He loves the turkey, but I'm telling you, the barbecue's outstanding, no doubt about that. Hey, Dr. Chad Mitchell does an incredible job. 22 years on Bay County sidelines, taking care of athletes here in Bay County. Southern Orthopedics, he'll take care of you, me, and everybody else. Go by and see him. He does a great job. Call and make an appointment. Bay Point Golf, I saw Ryan yesterday. Jim, I'm going to tell you something later. Saw him yesterday. They're doing a great job out there. If you want to make money, call him now because they're pretty backed up right now. Golf tournaments, you can make a lot. You can call Ethan Boyd and let them cater it, and they do a great job of that. They've teamed up with a lot of people, and they've done really well for people making money and enjoying golf and enjoying the food. But Bay Point Golf, Club 72, special food every Thursday night, and they're open on the weekends. Go by and try it. You'll love it. All right, we'll be right back with Jim Brandt, with Ethan Boyd. Texas A&M, SEC. They are in the SEC, Jim Bob. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN
He
Northwest
may be thrown
Florida.
out for being non-competitive, though.
It's here. The 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app version 2.0. Now featuring ultra high fidelity. You'll feel like you're in the game. Plus more opportunities to win weekly prizes from local businesses when you click it to win it. Download the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app today at Google Play or the Apple Store.
Hi folks, it's Tracy with Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Did you know that we have a master jeweler right here in the store? That's right, he has over 30 years experience in the art of repairing jewelry. Most repairs are done within 2 business days, so don't send your jewelry off for 6 weeks. Bring it to us at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We size rings and solder chains. We can reset your diamond into new settings and even custom design. You'll get your jewelry back quickly and looking as good as new. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, Bay County's trusted jeweler for over 45 years.
Sykes Concrete has been in business in this area since 1947, and 3 generations later, they're still going strong. See Sykes Concrete for dirt, sand, rock, and concrete. They can handle any size job from the smallest to the largest. Sykes Concrete pays CDL truck drivers some of the highest wages in Bay County, making $50,000 to $75,000 a year, including holiday and vacation pay, plus health insurance. See Hugh Sykes at Sykes Concrete, 8030 Highway 77 on the right, just north of Southport Elementary School.
Chuck was terrible at fishing. He spent many frustrating hours attempting to get results he saw from internet videos, aggravating trial and error fishing trips, and misguided advice from well-intended friends. Chuck is happy now with his newfound success after he visited Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, where we keep fishing fun, simple, and successful. See us soon at Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, located directly off Highway 98 on the west end of Panama City Beach.
We don't know what his problem is,
Quit moaning, we're all hurting.
but it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Yeah, Johnny Cash. I like
Johnny Cash, baby. I walked the line.
He's good. I saw him in concert. They were really good, man. Really good. And he always was
prisoners, the poor people. He's a good man. God
So
bless
you
him.
were in Folsom when you saw him?
I was doing hard time. I did my time, and I'm doing
That
better
drive-through
now.
robbery you had
Yeah.
that one time?
Yeah.
I grew up poor.
I wished.
Wish I had
I
done it.
I shot a man just to watch him die. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that day.
That's right.
We weren't having a good practice, and
I pulled out the pistol and started shooting.
started shooting. Looked over, saw Ernest C. Bass and Barney. It was crazy. All right, what do we do? Oh, I do want to talk about this. Is breaking news. I cannot believe I didn't bring this up. Firefly, man. Firefly Restaurant will open up tonight. Dave had a fire.
What caused that? You know?
Phil Cobb was up there eating at the sushi bar. So, no, they had it was around there having the roof, and they just had smoke damage. It looked really bad, but wasn't near as bad as we thought. And they worked their tails off getting everything back.
I know.
up,
I saw
ready
that
to go.
post online. I said, "Dang, they were getting after it, man."
Yeah, they did, and their Dave's back open tonight. Get out to Firefly if it's incredible. Anyway, and another thing before I get in this with Texas A&M, I want to talk about too. Dave and Mike are co-owners of American Charlie. If you've never been, it's outstanding. I'm telling you, they had word's getting out now. It's getting out that it's open. People have been there, word of mouth, us doing it. It was packed out Friday, Jim. They had a little music being played. We took Lorelei, and it was packed out. Saw some good friends of mine I hadn't seen in a long time. The food is incredible. The atmosphere is outstanding. You got American Eagle. You got the American flag. They love it. First responders, hey, it's 10% all day long. I guarantee you that. And thank you, Rimovi. Dave is a huge USC fan, the Trojans. He loves the Trojans. Good man. His wife is Wes Burnham's daughter. Dave's a great guy. But anyway, get down there to American Charlie. Try it. You will absolutely love it. The food's incredible. And they got happy hour, and you can pick whatever you want. It's not like one particular brand, and that's it. You get whatever you want during happy hour. All right, Ethan Boyd. Jim was talking about us doing hard time and everything, but let's talk about A&M. Should A&M and Jimbo Fisher do hard time when they didn't play in the bowl game, when they let the SEC down in the college? What are you teaching young people today when you look at your roster? Oh, we don't have a quarterback.
Now it filtered over to the baseball program.
Now,
what's going on?
Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much. Once it starts, nip it in the bud.
That's right.
Nip
in
it.
the words of Barney Fife, nip it.
Why
nip
did
it in the bud.
A&M setting? They're doing things that should never happen in the SEC. And we want to know what's going on. You represent that university. What is going on?
Unfortunately, so right now, man. well, first off, football and baseball is a little different, all right? So, yes, I do. I think Jimbo's thing, I think for sure was a cut and run. I mean, like you said, he didn't have a quarterback.
He didn't want to get another loss.
He was playing a walk on. We had the big recruiting, and he was like, I don't want to ruin this by playing this game and looking like trash on national television. So I'm full on with the heat on that one. The baseball one, it's.
But let me ask you this.
Yeah.
He did it. Let's analyze it. Was it a smart move? Because you just said something I really didn't think about. They knew they're getting ready to have one of the greatest classes ever signed. They could keep those guys that were committed and pick up a couple more. And you're right. If they would have lost, it'd have been, what was the record been then? 8-5.
If he would have lost,
it'd have been 8-5 this year, right?
I thought it was gonna be 8-6.
8-6
or 7-6. So I thought we were 7-5 to begin with.
Oh, I thought you only played 8
I thought
games,
you finished
12.
8-4.
That's what I
could
thought.
be wrong.
Yeah, that's his record over there every year. It seems like even so. But what I'm saying, you're right, because that would have been another loss.
Yeah,
they'd have been talk. They'd been heat.
Yeah.
Hey man, we're paying them $95 million a year, and this is what we're getting: 5-6 losses a year, whatever, 5 losses a year. And I think you're right, and he knew that. He was smart. Maybe he did the right thing.
Well, I mean,
for him,
yes.
Yeah.
For everything
for
else,
values of players,
no.
teaching the right values
for,
and stuff.
For the lessons you want to teach people, no, definitely.
As an A&M fan, would you have liked to watch them play, even though they were out of quarterback?
Who are they playing?
It was in Jacksonville.
I don't even remember.
I can't remember either.
The ACC team, they probably would have lost.
Wake Forest.
I think it was.
I think
Wake Forest.
it was Wake Forest.
Yeah, and was it in the Belk Bowl?
Yeah,
could be.
It was.
I don't remember.
It was.
As a fan, though, were you
Yeah.
glad they didn't play?
I mean,
or you? If Alabama's play, I want to see Bama play,
Yeah.
win, lose it. Well, wait a minute. I want to see Bama win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I think they should have still played. I don't think he should have canceled it, even though everything that was going through.
Yeah.
I know they said there were the reports about the COVID spreading through, blah blah blah, all that stuff. I understand it all, but I still think, you should play. And I know there was other bowl games that got canceled. He wasn't the only one. Other teams that pulled out. So I mean, I know it wasn't a one-off, but I still think that, he has the black eye of it more than other schools and other programs because it was A&M and because it was Jimbo Fisher.
Right.
And because of everything that had gone on that year already. But I think his looks a little different than others too because he was the only school that was playing with all the down players of injuries and just not having two starting quarterbacks.
And let's be honest, they did go through some injuries now. That against Colorado, that kid went down. So y'all can get it. But you did the right thing. You beat Bama. I mean, he backed up the big talk and he got it done, which is a big thing.
What would it have been like had he not beaten Alabama? If he'd have done that and not beaten Alabama?
7-5 this year? I don't know.
It'd been a rough year.
It'd have been ugly.
Yeah.
Real ugly.
But, Jim, I'll be honest with you. That class he brought in, they're not happy. Something's wrong because that's what you read the kind of players they've got. If he doesn't win it all in the next 3 years, like, hey, Kirby's gotten it done.
Yeah.
Nick's gotten it done. It's time. I mean, he needs to get it done.
Yeah, he's on the
clock. He's on the clock.
Big time.
Now, we said all that, all these reasons what happened with the football team. We all know, we all going to give you a break on baseball because we all know what the problem is right now. It's Putin. I mean, Putin. I mean, he ruined A&M's baseball getting to play another game. So, tell us what happened with baseball.
So
Did he call y'all up? What happened?
Yeah. So basically, we have a Tuesday today. We'll be playing our midweek game against Incarnate Word, and it's a small school. It's actually in Texas. They play.
Why they schedule them anyway?
Well, it's one of those things that's
in the middle of the week. Game?
Most of the schools they're in middle of the week games.
Alabama's playing Austin P.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Austin P. Everybody knows Austin P. It's a powerhouse. We all know that.
The Governors, baby.
Yes, sir.
Jim Scroggins.
So most people they're
you know that
Tuesday.
cheer, don't you?
Most people's Tuesday in week thing is smaller schools in their state to
help them out financially.
Exactly. Because like in Incarnate World, they played UT, they played Baylor, and they played TCU. So now they're playing A&M. This is their last big one of the year. Blah blah blah. The problem is, and if your article I've read has even said this, the real problem really starts with the fact that you can win a baseball game, but you can be lowered and docked RPI points because the other school's not that good. And that's the problem right now is that basically A&M could win this game, lose RPI points, get lowered in the standings, and not be a top 8 seed, or we would not host a super regional.
Okay.
And that is what Coach S's philosophy was. Now, I'm not saying it's right, but that's what his thinking was, is that how can I win a baseball game but actually lose points from it?
What's A&M's overall baseball record right now?
I can tell you. I got it right here.
Yeah, I can look it up.
Texas A&M overall, they're second in the West. Arkansas, SEC play, they're 17-10. Actually, they're tied with Arkansas, 17-10 SEC. Overall record, Arkansas is 37-14, A&M's 33-16. But SEC play, they're at the top of the West.
Yeah, we got Ole Miss this weekend for our last SEC series. Basically, right now we're anywhere between 8 and 6 depending on what rankings you're looking at. But basically, kind of early last week, he kind of saw the writing on the wall. But because Incarnate Word has dropped down so bad, basically they were already being told, hey, you can win this game, but you will lose RPI points. And if other teams win, they could technically jump you even though you won. So to me, that's a flaw in the system to begin with.
Yeah, well,
but I still don't. I still don't agree. Yeah, it kind of depends on which one you look at.
Now, USA Today poll, Texas A&M is ranked 11th.
Okay.
So, I mean, I understand why he did it, but
I still don't think it's right.
Yeah. Did they pay him anyway?
So I don't know. And see, I would hope that A&M would have still paid them.
I bet they did.
What they were supposed to.
They did the contract.
I haven't read anything that said.
For clarity's sake, so they are playing or they are not?
They are not playing.
They are not playing. Okay, I just want to be sure.
Earth to Elvis. No, they're not
I just want to be sure.
No, they're not playing.
Inquiring minds want to know. You know what I'm saying?
No, so they're not playing, and that's the big issue right now is people are like, how could you schedule a game, last year for now and then pull out this late?
They get a lot of heat, really, because it.
mean, there's some like if you I mean, you look it up, there's some SI reports and other things that have really,
Probably teams behind A&M that want they want them to get screwed up.
So I don't know. I mean, it's tough because I mean, I don't think the system's right. You shouldn't be able to win a baseball game and get docked for it.
Right.
But I also don't think
Right.
his move by any means is right.
Yeah.
Like, it's the system you play in. You schedule the game. It's a smaller school. Their players want to play. I mean, I think you should just play the game. You know, if it hurts you to play it, well, it is what it is. But that's for the NCAA baseball to decide, you know, how you're going to use the RPI and this and that. I don't think you should take it into your own control by just canceling your own games.
Right.
Because it's not sending the right message to anybody by doing it.
Well, it's the same thing like football. You know, do you put the pasties on your schedule to get some easy wins? Because then in the long run, when it comes down to the end of the season for playoffs, oh yeah, you didn't play anybody.
All right, we got an expert.
You can't have it both ways.
Jim, we got an expert on this.
Okay.
She does not like it. Lorelei Hale does not like it. She said this is teaching the youth of the country wrong, that she plays soccer. Lorelei is a great soccer player. She's playing right now, and she said she would never miss a game because of points. She would have done it because it's the American way. Lorelei, thank you, honey. For
and how old is Lorelei?
Lorelei is 4 years old.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, A&M has a great women's soccer program. Coach G, I can give her the number, and we can start getting this.
Well, Laura, we're gonna do some NIL deals with her. We got Taco Bell signed up with her and Layton. But you know, I need to talk to you about something after the show. Layton's a really good athlete. Lorelei's a really good athlete. We can do some business together. I'm telling you. Anyway, maybe some trade.
They pretty good at, like, you know.
We
Twitter,
know that
they get softball. Are you kidding me?
Rudy's Barbecue's got the bags now, so just put some little something in there. You know
how they got the Rudy Tootie's name? It was Lorelei. She goes, Papa, She always goes, I want to go to Rudy Tootie's. She didn't call it Rudy. She goes, I want to go to Rudy Tootie's. I said, all right, we'll go to Rudy Tootie's. Let me call, make sure Nathan. Ethan's there. Ethan's not there. We ain't going. But no, I'm kidding. But anyway, so you know what? I see it, Jim. I see it both ways.
I mean, I understand why they do it.
But it contracts. Didn't the contract mean something?
I don't know.
What is happening? You know, I don't know what's happening in this country. A&M is just taking us to a different level. Thank you, President Putin.
Well, if they can't,
hey, this is what happens when you're pressured to win, Coach.
Hey,
yeah, I know. You're in the SEC, baby.
I know.
You better do it.
If they can't fulfill their SEC obligations, they're going to talk about bringing in Houston Baptist to come in. You know,
hey, we got to talk about
program.
the newest and best Mexican restaurant in Bay County on beautiful Panama City Beach, right across the street from the Navy base. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. If you've never tried it, you will love it. Now, listen, every other Friday they have a band that comes here and plays. They do a great little Mexican thing they do. It's really cool. But they got happy hour from 4 to 7. So, Jim, you'll be glad of that. 3 hours right there with Brant.
I'll bring Ed.
Ed will close it down. But anyway, go try it. I'm telling you, the food's outstanding. It really is some of the best Mexican food you get anywhere. Right across from the Navy base, El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. Lorelei likes those chips there too, by the way. All right, we'll be right back. Ethan Boyd, Jim Barant. We get back. A lot of things are going on. This is breaking news. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Have you seen the new ESPN Northwest Florida billboards across Bay County? Take a picture of one of our big billboards to win a big prize pack. Post the pic on Facebook and tag ESPN Northwest Florida for a chance to win. With 11 gift cards, you'll be eating, drinking, shopping, and going on adventures all over Bay County for free. Find out what else we've stuffed inside this mega large prize pack at ESPNPC.com.
Good Tuesday morning, mostly sunny in the mid to upper 80s today. A southwest wind developing about 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf of Mexico is 77. Mostly clear overnight in the low 70s. Southwest wind about 10 miles per hour. Wednesday and Thursday, mostly sunny in the mid 80s. This weather forecast has been brought to you by KHS and Associates, your source for affordable medical insurance. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
We paid how much for those lessons?
Shh. She's doing great.
Oh, yeah, totally. Can you pass me a Pepsi Zero Sugar? Great job, honey! Oh, look at that. That's not the end.
No way. Now it's time for the encore.
You know what? You're right. 5 times? Not enough times.
For everyone who traded in rock concerts for their kids' recitals, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
Here is your ice-cold Pepsi Zero Sugar, sir.
Oh, thanks. Wanna watch the game? Ooh, little sports ball on a Sunday afternoon. Don't mind if I do. Hey, did we win? It sounds like we won. It's still the first quarter. I must be lucky. People say that about me. Tough break on that free throw there. Shouldn't be doing that. Dude, we're watching football. Come on.
For everyone who spent the entire game explaining the entire game, you've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. That's what I like.
I'd like to introduce.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show.
Milk was a bad choice.
If I could just have your attention.
60% of the time, it works every time.
If anyone wants to switch jobs, let me know.
Live from the J. Michael Studio.
I have many leather-bound books.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
I like that song.
I feel good. I knew that I would not.
All right, we're back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You can give us a call today, 215-6290. We might give something away. We got Andy Bertram coming on at 8:15. Everything you need to know about the Auburn Tigers. All right, I want to ask you guys about this. Are these the top rivalries of college football? The best, the top. These are the ones you got to see. Alabama, Auburn, yes, no? Yes, okay, good. Ohio State, Michigan, yes or no? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I didn't hear the enthusiasm that Iron Bowl.
Are we talking we ranking these or just like?
No, we're going to get into it in a minute. I just want to know the games we got to see.
Yeah, Alabama,
Okay,
Auburn.
okay.
Yeah.
Texas, Oklahoma. So
Yeah.
you got to say it now. Yeah. Come on. USC, Notre Dame. I'll watch it if it's on. I'll watch that game. It's a big one. Georgia, Florida. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Biggest cocktail party in the world. To me, that's the biggest ones. Which ones have we left out that could be considered some of the biggest rivalries all time? I got one. Texas A&M.
I mean, I'm a little biased, but I'd put it up there.
Jim, would you agree? We could add that one.
I don't know.
All right, I will say this one. I've seen some great ones. FSU, Florida.
FSU, Miami.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna. Can I
I'm
do
sorry.
what I want for a minute? Come on.
You wouldn't let me talk in mine, so.
FSU, Florida. Is that a big one? Is that a one you got to see?
Yeah,
Let's take this call. We got a call. We got a phone call. Goodness. Let's take this. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. Who is this? It sounds like somebody I know.
Oh, it's just Brian, the Georgia Bulldog lover of all time.
Well, guess what you just won? You just won yourself American Charlie $25 gift certificate to one of the newest and best. You're going to love the food now. It's incredible. Dave and Mike run it. Dave, as you know, owns Firefly Restaurant. The food is outstanding. It's in Edgewater Shopping Center where Montego Bay used to be, and now it's been remodeled. It's gorgeous. American Charlie. Go have a free meal on us. Go Bulldogs. We're hanging up. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What? Hey, talk to us. What do you got for us today?
The one of the rivalries you're leaving out, which is the deep South oldest rivalry,
War Eagle,
Georgia
baby,
versus Auburn.
War Eagle.
Georgia versus Auburn, and I'm gonna tell you right now, ain't nobody got anything for Georgia this year but Alabama. That's the only team that I'm worried about this year on our schedule.
Well, let's get into the.
Don't waste no more time on Texas A&M and all that crap. They ain't gonna beat Alabama.
All right.
Just get right down to this real two teams that are gonna be involved in it. It's gonna be the Georgia Bulldogs and the Alabama Crimson Tide.
If everybody stays healthy, I agree with you. But let me ask you this: how did you guys? Of course, you're pretty smart. Kirby's pretty smart. But why did you guys to agree? The oldest rivalry in the South, we always knew it was the end of the year. You always look forward to those games, and you guys agree to change it. I didn't like that at all. I love tradition.
Yes, I do too. I'm going to tell you right now, that affects the games that used to be, like the Tennessee game used to be the third or fourth game of the season, always the second week in October.
Right.
And now we play them where we play Auburn.
Yeah.
And which is, well, Tennessee used to, we always would go into the Tennessee game and somebody would get hurt because Tennessee plays dirty. And then we'd get injuries that game, and then the Auburn game, they'd be so beat up from the season that it'd be a little bit better for us then. But now it's just, I don't know why they agreed to it, but they ain't gonna change it now. So.
Well, I hate to say it, growing up in the state of Alabama, when Pat Dye was there, man, he just played it. It used to be Alabama, Georgia, and Florida all back to back, and he didn't cry about it, and he usually won. And then all of a sudden, Gus didn't like it. And I know it was tough on Auburn. I got to admit it was. You had Alabama and Georgia, two rivals back to back. But they did have a cupcake in between those games. People forget that.
Yes.
I hate it because I love tradition. I just remember growing up, Georgia, Alabama, that's a game we all knew was going to be played. And we're an Alabama guy, but everybody wanted to see that game or listen to it on the radio when I was growing up. And now that's gone. When do y'all play them now? I don't even know what day it is. It in October?
We played them the fourth game of the season at home this year, and I'm gonna tell you right now, Harson's got that. He's got that damn game. He's got it circled on his calendar, saying that could change everybody's mind about how he is. He goes into Georgia, and even makes it close, and almost comes out with a win or beats us. I mean, that changes his whole season.
Yeah, you're right about that. And I'm with you. People go. I've had so many people say, "Nah, Georgia's not going to be there. They've lost too much off that. That defense was too good." They don't realize Bama. They used to say that about Bama. Kirby's recruited at such a high level. We just don't know the names yet. They're going to be good.
There's a lot of players. We had a lot of players that played last year that don't even know their names. There's some players that are coming out, and we got some guys coming back that didn't go.
Yeah.
So it is. I mean, I'm not really worried about it. I'm a little skeptical of Stetson coming back because I was skeptical of Stetson all year, but we'll see what he can do. So I'm sure Kirby's pretty loyal. We had to take he'd have to throw 17 interceptions before he pull him, but
Well, you know what? I'm with you. I didn't think he could beat Bama. I didn't. With him at quarterback, I said they're not going to beat Alabama, but he did it. He's a winner. I mean, look how many games the guys won at Georgia.
Oh, he's definitely. Let me tell you, his stock at Athens has skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Forever.
What do you think about Oregon week 1? It's more or less a home game from Georgia. There'll be a lot more Bulldogs there. He learned from Kirby. The guy can recruit, but it is year one. Year one's your hardest year. You think Georgia blows them out, or do you think it's going to be a close game?
I think it's going to be a close game because, number one, he's going to bring an intensity that Oregon ain't had in a long time. And Oregon's always had good athletes.
Yeah.
And they got Bo Nix. And Bo Nix hates Georgia. His daddy hated Georgia, and he does too. So, I mean, that was Bo Nix. He wanted to beat Georgia and Alabama. That's the way he's brought up. His daddy was the same way. That's back when Auburn was relevant and didn't have to pay, Auburn was the first NIL ever with Cam Newton. So they were the biggest cheaters of all time and got away with it and got a championship. So that's, to me, I really can't stand Auburn. Auburn's probably my worst as far as if you take all the teams across the board, SEC, Auburn I hate the worst because their fans are ridiculous and they're just, I don't like damn buzzard.
Listen, all those fans at that game, they were hot. They were miserable. All Auburn did was cool them off. They sprayed water all over them to cool. You remember that? You remember that game?
No.
Okay. This was way back. I don't know what Dye was coaching. I forgot who the coach was at Auburn. Georgia and Auburn, they hate each other. And
Pat Dye hated Georgia more than anything because he lost to them.
Georgia did something. I forgot what they did, but they actually started watering down the field and everything.
I never heard that one.
It was crazy. It was crazy. Hey, listen. Go ahead.
Ran Bo Jackson down our throats so many years, and he just sat there and grinned at us. It was just there's a certain hatred there that people don't even realize. Georgia and Auburn really truly hate each other when it comes to football. It's like no, Auburn. We lose to Auburn, that just ruins the whole season. You lose to Alabama, guess what? You lost to the champ. Hey, you lose to the champ, that ain't that bad.
Hey, listen, I just got a text from Ron Movey. He said to tell you to be careful. He'll pull his sponsorship. I don't know what that's about.
Oh, goodness.
He's big Auburn guy now. Him and Beth, they big Auburn people.
War buzzard. Isn't that funny that they thought that was an eagle and it was a buzzard? They were looking up in the sky and they're like, look, it's an eagle, and it was a buzzard. Them Auburn graduates, them farmers out there, they graduate from, they're farming the wrong thing. They've been smoking the wrong stuff.
Hey, listen, we were picking about the best game, the big rival games you want to see. And Ryan did pick one that we didn't have, Army-Navy. You think that should be in the top games, top game you'd watch?
It should be in the top 10 for sure, because, people don't, the problem is, here's what's funny is, people don't watch that game if you're from the SEC, because like, that ain't SEC football.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a true rivalry, though.
Right. I had another guy, Brian, texted in and said the same thing, Army-Navy. Anybody else we're leaving off that you just got? What about Oklahoma State? Does that excite anybody?
No. The Red River Shootout used to be relevant, but now it's not, especially with Lincoln gone. I don't think that's going to be anything anymore. And I don't think Texas is probably going to blow their wad when it comes when they play Alabama. So they're going to lose. They're going to put all their effort into that game. And if they lose, Sarkisian's team's going to hit the bottom again this year. So that's because, Alabama does that to you. I don't think people realize when you play Alabama, it's psychological first, number one, because when they come in there, and if you ever been to, anybody ain't never been to a game, when you watch Alabama and Georgia come out to the field, it's like, good God Almighty, where did they get all these boys at?
Yeah.
Where did they grow these boys at? Because I ain't never seen them on the street. So it's like.
Yeah, you say that. I'll never forget once Alabama Ohio State played in the Citrus Bowl way back. And when Ohio State came on the field, I was down on the sidelines. When Ohio State came on the field, I said, there's no way. That's the best-looking group of kids I've ever seen. But they weren't as quick as Bama. Bama beat them. They had more speed. But since Saban's got there, he recruits those big kids, like you said, and Kirby does too. So you're right about that. And you're also right about Alabama. When we played them, we gave everything we had because we knew if we win that ball game, we made big news. And then the next week you'd struggle because you put so much into that game. It is what you said. It truly is. It's something crazy. Hey, listen, we got a break.
That's a trap game for Texas for sure.
I hope they get trapped bad. Hey, listen, we got a break. Thank you so much for calling. Don't hang up. Don't hang up. We're going to tell you what you got to do to get that. Go eat there now. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Make sure you tell them you got it from Coach Hale, okay?
I'm going to say you gave it to me personally.
All right, buddy. Thank you. All right, thanks for calling. Appreciate it. Don't hang up. All right, let's talk about some of our great sponsorships like Blue Sky Express Car Wash. Ethan Boyd's Mercedes is unbelievable, especially after it goes through Blue Sky Express Car Wash. Newbies, 3 great locations. John Sharp do such a wonderful job in the community. Newbies 2 on the curve to watch all sporting events. Dr. Ward, 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. If it doesn't look right, feel right, go see Dr. Ward today. Do not put it off. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Go by and see Jason Kovaleski. He'll be in here Friday. He does a great job. All right, we'll be right back. Alabama on board, and then the great one, Andy Burcham, War Eagle 815. We'll be right back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is the Panhandle's destination for the Atlanta Braves.
Got him swinging strike 3.
Ozzie Albies, Austin Riley, Ronald Acuna Jr. and the Braves are back.
Unbelievable.
And hungry for more. Listen to the world champion Atlanta Braves on a world champion radio station.
Rosario knocked the living daylights out of it.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hi, I'm Tracy, your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. Shopping for the perfect diamond can be difficult, but that's why I've trained my staff to be helpful and to offer you a stress-free diamond experience. Pick your sparkle and use our easy layaway plan. Every woman deserves an exquisite diamond from your diamond girl at Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We don't work on commissions.
We work for smiles and I-dos.
So if you're tired of high-pressure salespeople, stop by and see us today at Tracy's Fine Jewelry.
Barberitos has been committed to serving farm fresh food since February 20th, 2000. For starters, Barberitos food is made with love, straight from the heart. Every morning we begin preparing our food from scratch, from chopping fresh tomatoes for sauces to mashing fresh avocados for guacamole. Barberitos cares about food. From serving char-grilled grass-fed beef as well as hormone-free chicken breasts to the amazing tofu for our vegan friends. Farm fresh is more than just a motto. It's Barberitos' mission.
Barberitos. We make it fresh, you make it yours. Sugars.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WTOT, W271DM Mariana, powered by Pepsi. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Mid-South Lumber has new owners. Stop in and visit Ann and Dave. They're on site every day to make you a priority. They're not the typical big box store, and customer service is their #1 priority. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years. Transform your home with James Hardy Siding. Durability, fire resistant, sustainability. James Hardy Color Plus is virtually maintenance free and comes with a 30-year warranty. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City.
Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll Tide, roll. Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning, the #1 company around. I tell you what, they do a great job. Even suppose it's family owned. If you want a job and work for great people, great benefits, give them a call. They might have an opening. They did for a while. They probably closed down now, but you can still give them a call. But you better give them a call and get your air conditioning service about every 6 months. It'll last longer, runs better, saves you money. If you got an old one, get rid of it, buy a brand new. And Stevenson Air Conditioning #1. Not even close, people. We love them. Jason, love you guys down there. They're a wonderful job. Alabama Update brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. Alabama. Did you see Nick? And he took some heat from what he said. What did he say? He wants parity. He wants equal rights for all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he said college football needs to be a more level playing field.
Absolutely. I agree with him 100%. We need to be like it used to be. This NIL deal. Seriously, Jim, with NIL, if Notre Dame, and they are recruiting at a high level right now, I got to give them credit. They unload the money up there, the alumni they have, the type of money they have. Southern Cal, the money they have. And you see what they're doing right now. Southern Cal is bringing in 11 great football players for next year's team, with 53 coming back. Watch out for Southern Cal. Notre Dame, I got another name that said they're tearing it up right now recruiting. One of the best, right now probably the best time they've ever had in recruiting. So he's right. I don't know. Do we have that big money in Alabama to compete with the Southern Cals, with Notre Dame, surely with Ohio State? I mean, heck, it's Ohio State. They should be able to compete with them.
What is the quarterback at Alabama making?
I mean,
$1.7 million.
Yeah, but Jim, we gotta have more than that.
No, I respect everything Saban's done. He's a great coach. There's no question.
Okay.
How does he think that anybody's going to feel sorry for them or him or his program because somebody is spending more money than them? Come on now.
No. You don't get what he's saying. He's
no,
just
I get
saying,
what he's saying.
He goes, guys, let's just all.
He doesn't want the competition. He doesn't want people outspending. That's what it is.
Let's just be equal.
That's what.
No, he's trying to save college football.
Oh, come on.
He's doing what's we at Alabama. We do what's best for everybody. We don't just look at Alabama. We would like to see everybody be competitive.
Yeah, sure.
I just think it's
who's
good
the
for
one pushing for the Super Conference? That would be Greg Sankey in the SEC. They want 15, 20 teams so bad they can't stand it.
Ohio State's AD, did you hear him yesterday? He was saying the exact same thing.
Well, they're in on it too, but I'm not denying it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just
Nobody's going to feel sorry for Saban in Alabama.
But he really wouldn't.
Nobody.
Help me here.
Nobody.
Anyway, he's calling for it. Lane Kiffin, you see what Lane Kiffin said? He goes, does he know what the definition of that word means?
Exactly. Thank you, Lane. Sanity has been restored by Lane Kiffin.
Conditions of being equal regarding status of pay. In 8 years, Alabama's been in the playoffs 7 of the 8 years they've had it. Alabama's beaten Tennessee 15 straight years. Arkansas 15 straight years. Mississippi State 14 straight years. Vandy 11 straight years. Florida Gators, I didn't realize this. They've beaten Florida 8 straight years. Kentucky, last 7 times they've beaten them. Ole Miss 6. Missouri 5. That's all they played them. I mean, they've only beaten. Now, this is the thing we were concerned about with Nick, if we're going to give him a contract extension. He's only beaten LSU and Auburn the last 2 years. So that's 2 teams that gave us a little bit of trouble over the years.
Oh, you're missing a team on that list.
Texas A&M.
Hey,
Texas A&M beat us.
but he's interested in parity, so that should be good. That should be good. Oh, he wants to see other teams
Yes,
succeed.
we want it. That's what I'm getting at.
I
Jim.
want to see you succeed, but I don't want to see you spend more money than us.
Exactly. Thank you.
Thank
You got it perfectly.
James,
that's where
come
we're
on.
coming from.
I know he said it, but come on.
All right, let's look at what he's talking about. His record at Alabama is like most coaches. He's 183 wins, 25
And 4 losses or something like that.
25 losses. We have lost 25 games in 16 years, whatever years it's been.
Time to make a change.
You said that's like what? Like, that's like most programs? Or
Get Nick Price.
Yeah. Well, think about it now.
Or Mike Price, right?
We all get 85 scholarships. We all have so many coaches that can coach on the field. Shouldn't it be that we all can spend the exact amount of money on NIL? Is he right or wrong? Or should it just be the Wild Wild West? We're trying to roll things. We're trying to make it better for everybody. Do you want to keep – all right, both of you. Do y'all like to – I'd like to see it go to 100 scholarships, and I think it will in the Super League. Let's just say right now at 85, we want to keep everybody at 85 or everybody at 100, right? We all agree with that. We all want the same amount of coaches on the field coaching. Everybody agree with that? Mm-hmm. Okay. So why can't we all just come together and say we're only going to spend X amount of money on NIL? Why can't we just do that?
Here's the problem. That's all great for the SEC. What about any other Division I program? Let's take where I played, University of Akron. They're Division I, although they don't play like it. How in the heck are they going to afford getting 5,000 people a game to go to 100 scholarships and to have 35 assistant coaches up and up the press box like Alabama does? There's no way that the average team can afford to do that. They can't.
That's the
That's
reason
the
we need to
Power
have a
Five
super
versus
conference.
Group of Five.
Yeah, we need to have a super conference.
Yeah.
Your athletic record just got through saying that. What's his name? Gene Smith?
Gene Smith.
I loved it. I was listening to him. I think he knocked out of the ballpark. He said, look, we're voting on stuff that these other teams shouldn't be voting
So
on.
let's have parity within the Super League. The 30.
I don't care if it's just the Big Ten and the SEC. That would be fine with me.
Nobody's going to feel sorry for him. Nobody.
Anyway.
Yeah. But no, that's what he's saying. Like you said, Nick just thinks there should be the same rules for everyone, not where one school can spend $100 million in a while and one school can spend $10 million on it.
That's probably a good thing. Who's going to be the person or group of people that are going to enforce that? There's nobody out there that has the ability or power to do that.
Right. If everybody wants,
nobody.
Alabama can take that. Let the University of Alabama be in charge of that.
Let's have Nick Saban be the commissioner of football. That's the next thing we're going to hear.
But
you look at my notes.
But see,
that's the next thing that's coming.
Hey, quit looking at the notes.
I'm going to be in charge of NCAA football, and I'm going to coach at Alabama. And we're going to spend whatever it takes.
Hey, can you cut that mic off? Let's get two guys that know football.
This is reality.
But
that's what you're going to.
They want the college football committee to take it and not in NCAA to give up power. But
I don't know why he's going nuts.
I don't know how we'll ever get there.
Gene Smith saying the exact same thing. Ohio State AD saying more or less the same thing.
Yeah. I just don't know how we'll ever get there.
I want you all to think about this.
Who's going to be in charge?
I want you to think about Gene Smith can do it. I don't care. I just want we need to do it. We need to have a super league. They vote on their deal, and then it's like 1A, 2A, 3A, like it's in high school football.
Yeah.
You know, I think we should do
that.
that.
You can't have the same rules for 5A as you do have for 1A.
I mean, how can Texas A&M with 105,000 people the money you guys have, Texas, and then Southern Mississippi, we shouldn't determine what you guys can and can't do. Yeah. I'm sorry. All right, now Saban, I'm going to get into this about Saban. This is incredible, guys. His first year, now he's 183-25. His first year, he was 7-6. Since then, the guy's won 176 games and only lost 19. That's crazy. In the last 10 years, against winning teams, not against I'm talking about winning teams. He's 77-13. 77-13, unheard of. Now, there's one thing that's coming up. It's made a lot of people upset, Jim, and this is a Big Ten Fox TV deal. I don't get it. I don't get these people up north. You go out on Friday nights, you have a good time in the South. You sleep in, you go to the games, you have a good time. Or if you're going to go to a college game, you got to drive a long way. You know, if you live in Mobile, it takes a while to get there. If you live in Panama City Beach, it takes us a little while to get to Tuscaloosa or get to Auburn or get to Baton Rouge or get to Tallahassee. Well, Fox News, here's the word. It's not 100% sure. People are raising Cain right now about it, but the word is spread. The big game, one of the biggest games, Fox, non-conference game, Fox TV is going to have this year is Alabama at Texas, September 10th. Guess what time they're probably going to show the game? 11 o'clock kickoff. Not 2:30, not prime time at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. We're talking 11 o'clock in the morning.
And it won't make one bit of difference.
Why would you
don't think
play?
there's going to be a bazillion people at that game?
Why would you play? See, here we go. This is a Big Ten. This is a Big Ten.
Truth.
Big Ten factor.
You don't want to
coming
hear
here.
it.
Fox News.
They could play that 2
I
o'clock
might
in
not
the
even
morning.
be up at 11 o'clock.
They
I
could
might
play
be
at 2
sleeping
o'clock in the
in.
morning.
I
There's
might
still
be
gonna
at
people.
Rudy's that morning having breakfast. Why
Yeah.
would I want to watch Alabama, Texas at 11 o'clock in the morning? Those games are for the
then
weak.
don't watch. Don't watch.
Those games
Don't
are for the
watch them.
Big Ten. To watch that league.
Don't watch them.
Can you believe that?
Boycott them, James. Don't watch.
If you're a Texas fan, like you have to go Friday. You know,
Yeah.
you could not try to go Saturday. It'd be too long of a drive.
But I hate 11 o'clock kickoff.
Now, the
games.
next thing I'm going to hear is, it's going to be hot. That's the next
Do
thing
you
we're gonna
like
hear.
11 o'clock kickoff games?
No, I don't, but it's the same for both teams.
Let's put Ohio State. Well, they do.
It's
Everybody.
the
Oh,
same for
wait a minute.
both.
Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. They do
That's
that.
what Michigan
Ohio
play
State,
every
Michigan
year.
plays at 11 o'clock.
No, it's noon Eastern.
Well, here it's 11.
It's every
so
year.
they're used to it. They love it.
Oh.
They're forcing their beliefs on us down the South like they do everything.
Because we won the war. Remember that.
Unbelievable.
We won.
We ran out of
won.
bullets. That's the only reason
Grant
you guys
and
won.
Sherman were from
That's
Ohio.
the only reason y'all beat us. Yeah, my grandpappy told me that.
The Yankees and Chattanooga.
All right, let's talk about Stevenson Air Conditioning. Thank you so much, Jason, for the Alabama update. Appreciate everything you guys do. Don't forget about Paparazzi Gourmet Deli. Ethan, where's the best pizza you can get anywhere?
It's paparazzi.
Paparazzi. Have you had the lasagna?
I haven't.
Oh, my God.
Sounds
you got
good,
to try
though.
it. Have you had the Glenn Manley Napoleon dessert?
I have.
Is that unbelievable? that is something good stuff. It really is. 3 restaurants in one. Big John does it. They do a great job. Go try it. You will absolutely love it. We'll be right back with Ethan Boyd and the Yankee. ESPN Northwest Florida War Eagle coming up. Be right back.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your radio home for live and local sports coverage. For the most high school and college sports from right here in our local area, it's the Coach James Hale Show, weekday mornings 7 till 9. Then the ride home is alive and kicking with the afternoon underdogs, covering the gamut of sports. Plus, the radio home for the defending world champion Atlanta Braves. Your local sports station is ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good Tuesday morning, mostly sunny in the mid to upper 80s today. A southwest wind developing about 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf of Mexico is 77. Mostly clear overnight in the low 70s. Southwest wind about 10 miles per hour. Wednesday and Thursday, mostly sunny in the mid 80s. This weather forecast has been brought to you by Mid-South Lumber, best little lumber yard in Panama City and Youngstown. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
That boot store reminds you, a special day is coming up for a special guy. Some call him father. Around these parts, it's usually daddy. And when he's around, there's a feeling of safety and security. This Father's Day, that boot store has the perfect Western outfit for that special guy. A gift card works great too. That boot store next to Billboard Kia on 15th Street. Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday. 9 a.m. to 5:30 on Friday and Saturday. Remember Joe's motto, keep your Heavenly Father first in your life every day.
The brand new Burger King in Weewa Hitchka is looking for managers and team members. You'll get to use your smile and personality and get paid for it. You'll be responsible for getting guests excited about their experience every day at Burger King. You'll get to work in a safe, productive environment that allows employees to thrive and advance with career opportunities. Burger King promotes from within. They offer training and development, flexible schedules, employee meal discounts, and scholarship opportunities. Burger King is an equal opportunity employer. Interested job seekers should text 007-8075 to 31063 to apply. Must be at least 16 years of age.
Tiger fans, join us weekday mornings at 8:15. It's the Bay Point Golf Auburn Update on the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
War Eagle! Hey, Auburn Update brought to you by Bay Point Golf. Now listen, if you schedule a golf tournament there at Bay Point, you know you're going to. You're going to make a lot of money. Think about Ethan Boyd. Think about Rudy's Barbecue. It's unbelievable. Andy Burcham's had it when he goes out to Texas. He loves it. So you can make big money and enjoy some great food. Ethan, what's the best way to get up with you? Just give you a call?
Yeah, just give us a call at the restaurant. We can get taken care of.
All right, now we can bring on the voice of the Auburn Tigers, the legendary Andy Burcham. Andy, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing fine. All I know is your producer warned me that there was something going on today, and I have no idea what it is.
Oh, my God. Hey, listen, we had a caller earlier, a big Georgia fan, does not like, and I don't either, to be honest with you, does not like that the game was changed. The Auburn-Georgia game, the oldest rivalry in the South, was changed early in the season, does not like that. And he made a comment that all the fans out there, he can't stand Auburn Tiger fans. And I said, look, you guys were hot and tired. All we did was kind of hose you down, cool you off that one game a long time ago, if you know what I'm talking about. But anyway.
I do.
Yeah.
And, and he also said they're not war eagles, they're war buzzards.
Yeah, he called us war
buzzards.
War buzzards.
Circling the field, buzzards.
But listen, Andy, I hate to inform you. We got a Yankee on the show this morning, and they love the 11 o'clock kickoffs, and I hate the 11 o'clock kickoffs.
No, I didn't say we love them. I said it's just get over it. I mean, you got to do it.
Anyway,
not a big deal.
But what is going on at Auburn baseball? I saw the scores. I'll be honest with you, I was out. They only played 2 games, or did they play 3 games against Alabama?
2.
Okay, what happened?
They were about to finish the 3rd game. Sunday's game was a 3:00 game for TV. All right. And we had pop-up showers. The game started about 20 minutes late because of a shower that rolled through and some lightning and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And we got the game going, and in the 5th inning, we had a lightning we had to stop because of lightning. 8 miles within 8 miles of the stadium. And at the time, the bases were loaded. It was a 1-1 game. The bases were loaded with 1 out and a 2-2 count to Bobby Pierce, right? We're in the 5th inning.
Okay.
It's a full game if you get past the 5th inning and there's weather or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And we kept having the lightning strike, so it would reset to every 30 minutes and that type of thing.
Right. Okay. I got you.
Didn't know this. There is a rule in the Southeastern Conference that on a Sunday, if you do not resume the game by 7 p.m., the game is canceled.
Wow.
Well, the game didn't start till 3. Actually, till 3:20 because of TV. And we kept having the lightning strikes, Looked like we were about to start the game again, and we had another couple lightning strikes, and they determined that they would not be able to start the game till after 7 o'clock, and the game was canceled.
Wow. Did not know that.
Yeah, well, I didn't know about that 7 o'clock rule either. We found that out while we were waiting to resume the game. And here's the thing. One pitch could have decided that game.
Right.
Because a base hit or a pass ball or whatever, a run scores for Auburn, and the Tigers have the lead in the 5th inning, and then it's a game. That's the frustrating part of it, is that one more pitch could have decided everything. And I understand the rules. I understand the safety protocols. I really do.
All right.
But it was frustrating because the game didn't start till 3, and you still had that 7 o'clock rule hanging over the head a little bit.
And Andy, I know where you're getting at. I look at the standings. Arkansas 17-10, A&M 17-10. Auburn would have been 16-11. I do believe Auburn's 15-11 right now. It says 16-11. So that could be pretty big, right?
It could. I mean, Auburn's now a game and a half behind Arkansas and Texas A&M for first place in the SEC West. Excuse me. It hurts Auburn in its chance to try and win a Western Division championship. Yeah. I don't think it hurts Auburn with regard to regional hosting or anything like that. We know that if Auburn goes to Kentucky this weekend and wins 2 out of 3, at least 2 out of 3, then it will secure a top 4 seed at the upcoming SEC tournament. And by doing that, then you do not play on Tuesday. You get a first-round bye. You're automatically into the double elimination portion of the tournament. That would be very, very big for Auburn as well. So while it was frustrating and all that, listen, you move on. You get Sanford tonight at the Hoover Met, and we get on a plane tomorrow and fly to Lexington, Kentucky, and get ready for a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series against the Kentucky Wildcats.
And I think, didn't Kentucky just beat South Carolina?
Beat them on Sunday.
Yeah. Okay.
Beat them on Sunday. Yes.
That's right. All right. So, well, it is what it is. Auburn beats Alabama Friday 3-2. They beat them Saturday 6-4. And again, like you said tonight. Let me ask you, we were talking off the air about this. Football's totally different. Basketball, baseball. You usually don't see Auburn, Alabama, A&M. And the reason I say A&M because Ethan's in here from Rudy's Barbecue. You don't see them going on the road playing smaller schools in the state in football and basketball, but they do in baseball. Why is that, Andy? I've always wondered why they just pay them to come there instead of traveling. Well, why do they do that?
Well, Auburn plays Samford, UAB, Jacksonville State, and Troy this year home and away both. They played home games against these teams. They played road games against these teams. Played a neutral site game against South Alabama in Montgomery. And listen, it's been this way for a long, long time that Auburn feels it's important to play these teams. Not only home, but play these teams there. Because, one, it is good for the program, that program. It's an in-state program, and it gives Auburn fans in Birmingham or in Troy, that Troy area, it gives those fans a chance to come out and watch Auburn without having to drive to Auburn. So there's a lot of benefits to this. Auburn's done this for a long, long time. I know some teams don't do it, but Auburn has done it for as long as I remember. Okay. They've gone to these programs, and it helps those programs.
Well, let me ask you this. You might not want to respond, but would Auburn ever pull out of a contract and not go on the road and play a team just to help their winning percentage? I mean, I know a team in the SEC West. I don't want to mention them. I don't want to mention Texas A&M. They did that not only in baseball, and then Jimbo Fisher didn't want to go play in the bowl game. And I've been giving Ethan Boyd a big hard time about A&M. So I don't know if you want to respond or not.
Auburn decided it wanted to play this game. Texas A&M and Schlossnagel, the head coach for A&M, has done a great job with that team. They may be the hottest team in the SEC right now. And he felt that if they played their game against Incarnate Word, I believe it was Incarnate Word, that it would hurt their RPI whether they won or they lost. If they lost, it would crush their RPI. Even if they won, it would harm their RPI. And I will give Coach Schlossnagel this. He has been upfront about it, right? He's not tried to say, well, we want to rest. No, he's doing it for this reason. He's telling people that's what he's doing. Auburn probably had the opportunity to do the same thing with the game tonight against Samford. And I believe that Butch Thompson felt it was the right thing to go and play at Samford tonight. Yeah. So that's it. Listen, I'm not going to try and cut down on Coach Schlossnagel. I mean, his team is in the same boat as Auburn right now. They're fighting for a Western Division championship. They're fighting to be able to host an NCAA tournament. They're fighting to get a high seed at the upcoming SEC tournament. But Auburn decided that tonight's game was valuable to Auburn and to Samford, and it's honoring that commitment, and it's going to play at Samford tonight.
And hopefully get a big win. I guess the weather will be beautiful tonight, right? I hadn't heard anything different.
Everything I've read, the weather's going to be nice. We may dodge some raindrops this weekend in Lexington. There's about a 50% chance of rain a couple days. But I think the weather's going to be nice tonight. Hopefully a big Auburn crowd out at the Hoover Met. And it gives Auburn a chance. And some of these guys, remember, there's a lot of young guys on this team that have never played at the Hoover Met. And that's where Auburn will be next week. Yeah. So it gives those guys an opportunity to play in the venue where the SEC tournament will be played next week.
Well, I'm hoping I get to see you. I'm going to go up there and watch a couple games. Looking forward. I've never done it. I want to do it. Hey, is there talk about them moving it out of Hoover next year? Have you heard anything?
I've not heard a thing about that. Hoover's done everything it needs to do to keep the tournament there. They have added additional press facilities. They have added all kinds of area around the ballpark. There's adequate parking, not only for folks in their cars or trucks, but RVs as well. It's basically used for this tournament and for some football now. but they don't share the venue with the Birmingham Barons anymore because of their brand new ballpark,
Right.
Regents Field downtown.
Yeah.
I think the city of Hoover has done everything it can to keep the SEC tournament right there. It values the SEC tournament. They've added and improved the ballpark. Yes, there has probably been some talk. There's probably some other cities that would love to have it. Why not? I mean, it's a grand event.
Right.
It's the best conference baseball tournament there is. It's better than a lot of regionals that we'll see in the coming weeks. So there's a lot of cities that would value to have the SEC tournament, but Hoover has done a marvelous job for a number of years of hosting the SEC tournament.
Well, Andy, we're about out of time. We're going to call you next week. Thank you so much for coming on. Be safe travels, and I hope Auburn gets a big win tonight.
My pleasure, guys. Have a great day, all right? War Eagle.
Thank you, sir. The legendary Andy Burcham. I tell you what, that show they did on him on TV, the SEC, the Voices of the SEC. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I watched it. It's really good.
Really good. If you haven't seen it yet, you can, go back and watch it. Please do so. I think you'll really enjoy it. Bay Point Golf. You love golf. There's only one place to go. That is Bay Point. Ethan, we were talking about how you guys cater, heck, just about everything. Talk about that. What do they got to do? Any kind of special deals? Any job too small, too big?
No, definitely not too big. I mean, we have like a group meal package, which I always say is like a tailgate in a box. So we'll do that for basically 10 or more. So if you got 10 people and any number up, we can do that. Even if it's drop it off at doctor's offices, nurses' offices, stuff like that. We'll do those there, or we can even do it as big as doing weddings. We got big events at Tyndall actually coming up this weekend. And then we got some more stuff at Arnold actually going on next Tuesday. We're going to do another teacher luncheon for 135. So,
good.
So, I mean, we can do caterings. We come and stay, I always like wedding style, or we can just do basically just a drop-off where we come and just set everything up and then get down to your hair.
Yeah.
So, really any number over 10.
Jerry Redger probably will have you doing something he loves for his barbecue. I mean, have you met him yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he come into the store?
Mm-hmm.
Good. He stayed there a long time?
It took a little time.
I knew he would. I knew he loves eating now. He's a good guy. All right, let's talk about some of our great people like J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. You like seafood, you'll love J. Michael's Restaurant. Coldest beer, best seafood, not even close. Stevens Air Conditioning, #1. Don't forget about it. You're doing real estate. You're going to go to closing. Demand Chuck Tucker. No surprises. South Oak Title and Closing. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Yes, sir.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. This is Braves country.
A rainmaker ties the game.
All right, the Atlanta Braves are in Milwaukee tonight taking on the Brewers. We'll have coverage coming up at 6 right after the afternoon underdogs. First pitch at 6:40 on your home from the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast. It's 102.1 and 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Let your adventures begin in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Stop by today and discover why everyone is talking about the award-winning Kia. Now offering 1.9% APR up to 48 months on a new purchase of the 2022 Kia Forte, K5, Soul, or Sorento. Bill Bird Kia is not only the home of that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty, they're also the home of the best customer experience anywhere. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKia.com. We make buying a car easy, and you'll enjoy the way we do business.
Offer from KMF for purchase of a new 2022 Forte, K5, Soul, or Sorento with $21.65 per month per $1,000 financed in 48 months. Quantities limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 5/31/22.
Are you concerned about safety when you travel? Emerald Coast Damsel specializes in self-protection. They offer a full line of safety products like men's and women's RFID wallets and concealed carry for purses, lifetime incidental replacement plan, and manufacturer's warranty on most items. Give the gift of self-protection and contact Michelle and Rick today, 850-358-2810, or visit their website at emeraldcoastdamsel.com. Emerald Coast Damsel, independent damsel pro for damsel and defense.
Two out last of the ninth, bases loaded. Here's Santos. He's 0 for 4 today, 269 hitter for the year.
We could be going into extra innings here.
I agree. Here's the pitch to Santos. Fastball hit in the air, deep down the left field line. It's headed toward the pole. That ball is...
Please deposit 25 cents for the next 3 minutes.
Radio. You shouldn't have to pay for it. This message brought to you by 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Broadcasting live from the J. Michaels Studios.
The best part of waking up is
The Coach James Hale Show. Powered by Pepsi. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Hey, we had something happen, Ethan, at a baseball game. Was it at Arkansas?
Yeah, Arkansas Vanderbilt.
Tell everybody out there what happened. This is something you really don't want to do.
Well, there was a raccoon, I guess, hanging around the stands on the third base side, and Arkansas fan decided that he was just gonna grab it. So he actually grabbed this raccoon, looks like by the back of the neck, and just ripped him up in the middle of the stands, and everyone freaked. The raccoon actually ended up biting his hand. He got some shots. He's okay. But yeah,
rabies shots.
Rabies shots.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
and tetanus shot.
The raccoon got shots?
No.
Did they kill the raccoon or keep it? Or
It actually does not say what happened to the raccoon. I'm
Mr.
assuming
Raccoon.
he held on until someone could take it from him. But
yeah.
But it does say that he was. I guess he was. They had seen it, and people had seen the raccoon like just crawling through feet and stuff like
Right.
that, and he was cheering people on to grab it, and no one would.
Does anybody have a raccoon for a mascot?
No. Now, Jim used to eat those things. He found that they're high in cholesterol. He quit eating them. But those things, you don't want to mess with a raccoon now. I've had one and then Cape Coral, Doc and I had one somehow got in the attic. And we were up there, in the carport. And we were breaking stuff that we had in there. Jill was going crazy. We're trying to get it out. And we couldn't get that sucker out of there.
They're not nice.
No, they're pretty aggressive.
But no, so he grabbed it, and you kind of see a little bit of the video, but it went crazy as soon as he grabbed it by the neck. And I mean, it was kind of wild. But
yeah, why would you do that? That's crazy.
hey, he said he was egging other people on, and he said he got close enough. And he said he just felt the need that he's like, if I'm gonna tell someone else to grab it, he's like, I might as well grab it myself. So he said he just reached down and just snatched it.
Now y'all's baseball stadium, is it beautiful too?
Yeah, they just redid it a little while ago.
Yeah.
So, and Bluebell Ice Cream is the sponsor of the baseball stadium.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so.
And y'all are doing pretty good. Now basketball, y'all are kind of struggling a little bit, but
They got hot last year, almost made the tournament. So
yeah.
But yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, Auburn. We were talking about Auburn last game, not beating Bama. That could come back and haunt them. I mean, we're now a game and a half out. It would have been 16-11, and you guys were 17-10, tied with Arkansas. Mm-hmm. But the SEC West, everybody's bunched together. But man, Tennessee, good God, do you think?
It looks like right now Tennessee will be the 1 seed, and then it'll be Arkansas, A&M, Auburn be 2, 3, and 4, which is good for all. So all three teams in the top of the West.
You think Vandy?
All get the,
you think Vandy will do anything
here later, like in the SEC tournament?
Later.
I don't know. I mean, they played Arkansas this weekend and they won a few games, but I think they actually went 1-2. So I don't know. Their pitching's not as good as it was last year. I mean, when you have two guys to go to the MLB, I mean, it's kind of hard. So
I would hope they would. I mean, they're 14-3. I'm sorry, 14-13 SEC. Overall, Vandy is 34-16 at home, 21-9 on the road, 12-7. I would just like them to be there.
Yeah,
I enjoyed watching them last year.
Realistically, though, if you look at Arkansas, A&M, Auburn, LSU from the West, and then Tennessee, Vandy, and Georgia from the East, really all 7 of those teams, I could easily see making runs in their regionals, and then making runs and then winning a super regional, and all 7 could potentially make the World Series.
Now, if Florida wins the SEC, I think that's the only chance they got. Right? Yeah. They got to win the SEC.
Yeah,
if they could do that, and they're 13-14 overall in the SEC, 32-19 overall record, 19-10 at home, 12-9 on the road.
I mean, they'll make a regional, but they're not hosting anything themselves.
No.
So
anyway, I don't know. I just kind of thought Florida would be better this year. Who knows? But anyway, Jim, I got some stuff for you. I thought you'd enjoy. Wait a minute. Before we get into that, I want to go back. Let me run down this list and do we add these to some of the top rivalries in college? Let's get 10 of them. We all know Ohio State, Michigan's there, Alabama, Auburn, Texas, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Southern Cal, Georgia, Florida. How many? That's 5 right there, right? That's 5. Who would do the next 5 we'd put? Let's not make it easy. Who are the next 2 rivalries we would pick? Obviously, Army, Navy's there, so we already got them in there. Let's pick 3. We got to pick 3 more games. What about Texas A&M? You say yes.
I say yes.
I say yes too, Jim. Okay.
Yeah, probably. I mean, it makes sense.
What about Pitt? Well, let's go through the list and come back. Pitt, Penn State. I like that. Used to be a big game.
Used to be, yeah. Key word there. Used to be.
Alabama, Tennessee. That's one of Alabama's big rival games. It's Tennessee's biggest rival. But when you win 15 in a row.
Yeah, not so much anymore.
Yeah. Clemson, South Carolina. South Carolina has not been up to par with Clemson, so I know. Oklahoma, Oklahoma State.
I think it's too regional. I think on a national scale, I just don't think it's that
And
big.
it's really not that exciting to me.
One-sided.
BYU, Utah.
No.
Okay. Michigan State. That's a pretty good rivalry, but
kind of like Ethan said it, about the other one. It's kind of regional. I mean, I don't think that's going to attract a national crowd at all.
All right, I think this one should be in there. And they don't play all the time. They should. Michigan, Notre Dame. Now, come on. If Michigan, Notre Dame playing on TV, we're going to watch.
Yeah, you're going to watch.
So
I agree.
would you add Michigan?
They ought to play every year. That's
I would definitely put that up in there. Michigan, Notre Dame. UCLA, USC. In the old days, now I used to watch that.
Yeah, I did too. That was a big one a long time ago.
Yeah. That one was the same weekend as Ohio State, Michigan, Alabama, Auburn. But would you put
Oklahoma, Nebraska was another one?
No, I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, not anymore.
I don't know if you're going to mention it, but the one to me that was a tremendous rivalry every year was Florida State and Miami.
I got that on there. Yeah, I had Florida State. All right, out of those games, to me, it's just me. I'd rather have Florida State in there than Florida State, Miami. That's just me. But you're right. That used to be an unbelievable series.
I mean, that had national title implications like every year for 15 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it was.
Well, Ethan, you're an outsider. You're from Texas. What do you think? If you had to pick one of these 2 games, would it be FSU Florida or would it be FSU Miami?
I actually would do Florida State Miami. I think, like you said, I think.
Thanks a lot.
I know, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I think when it.
Yeah. All right, so we got them then.
Yeah, I think that one. I think Army Navy would go up there.
All right, the 3 Army Navy should have already been in there. So the 2 that we added was FSU Miami, Notre Dame Michigan, Texas, and Texas A&M. Right? That's 3 pretty good football. The other ones we had was Michigan. I don't even know who this is. Oh, Mississippi State, Ole Miss. That's a big rival game, but it's not nationally. I don't think it turns a lot of people on nationally.
Yeah. No. Here's one you don't have on there. What about Cal, Stanford?
To me, it doesn't turn me on.
Yeah, I think it's regional. I think on the east, West Coast.
Any other ones that we might have forgotten?
It's the only ones I can think of.
I just Cal.
How about Southern Miss and Memphis?
I'm glad you brought up Memphis. Let me tell you what Memphis is doing. They're spending $200 million on that stadium. Can you believe that? $200 million on the stadium.
They play in the Liberty Bowl, don't they?
Yes, they play in the Liberty. Well, that's kind of misleading. Yeah, you're right. They're fixing the Liberty Bowl. What they're doing. They're really not fixing. Right? I think it's more for the Liberty Bowl more than it is for Memphis.
Yeah,
but
probably.
But you see what they're doing. It's really cool what they've done. A lot of money too. You know that game is like the Liberty Bell, the way it's shaped, and everything. Have you ever been there?
No.
Yeah, we used to play Memphis and everything. We got a call. Let's take this phone call real quick. Jim. Look. Somebody say hello. Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Who is this?
This is Charles. I just left there.
Oh, hey, Charles. Hey, buddy.
If I knew you was going to say what you said, I wouldn't have left.
Well, good.
Texas and Texas A&M don't even play each other.
They will be soon, though.
Yep.
We're just taking a little
pause.
pause.
Now, that's what you're going on, I assume, is now.
No. I didn't explain it very well because there's a couple other ones they don't play anymore. And they don't play every time as Michigan Notre Dame does not play every time. And that I should have said, what rivalries would you like to see renewed? That's what I probably should have said.
Florida and Miami don't play every year. I could never understand that one either. That didn't make any sense to me.
Oh, yeah, Florida. I was thinking about Florida State.
No, Florida, University Gators.
Yeah. Charles, are you excited about the gift you got?
Yes, I am.
Now, are you going to take – who are you taking with you? You going to take your wife? Who are you going to take with you?
Well, I thought I was supposed to enjoy this.
There you go.
You're going solo now, brother.
There you go. Hey, I know what you're talking about, brother. There you go. My wife, she's a cell phone queen. Yeah. Mine's on the phone all the time. She didn't know I exist anymore. It's like these cell phones.
Join the club.
Yeah, that's all they do. They're on the cell phone 24/7. I can't stand
Well, mine does the same thing.
it. Yeah.
Payback for us watching TV.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, hey,
All right,
listen.
guys, I appreciate it.
Well, wait, but don't. Before you get off, I gotta ask you this question. I want to ask you something. Auburn, Georgia used to play at the end of the year. We all look forward to it. I'm an Alabama fan, but I love watching Auburn. If Alabama's not on TV, I'm gonna watch Auburn. I'm gonna pull for Auburn. But I did not like them wanting to change the game to early in the year. I just like tradition. Are you a tradition guy? Do you like certain games like Tennessee the third weekend in October, or do you care one way or the other?
Oh, I like the traditions.
I do too.
I mean, that's part of football.
Yes. Tell them, Charles.
That's right. And you better believe it.
And then Auburn, I think it was Gus. Wasn't Gus the one really pushing for it? Because they had Pat Dye used to play Florida, Alabama, Georgia, amen corner every year, never complained, and he won. We got to give him credit now. When Pat Dye was there, it was hard to beat Auburn.
Well, that was debatable as far as the ethics that they used back then, but you're right.
Well, listen, buddy, I'm glad you got that award. We got a break coming up. Anything you got to say before we let you go?
Roll Tide.
There you go. That's the man. Hey, Charles, we should have gave you 2 of those cards. I like talking to highly intelligent people.
Well, I can understand that. And whoever does or makes up those things about if you prize, if you don't talk to an Alabama guy, you got to order extra large fries or whatever. Those are really cute, and I like that new one that y'all just came up with.
What was that? I don't remember.
I don't know. I can't remember what happened.
It was good. Oh, yeah, I remember. That was great, as far as you know. All right, buddy, we got a break. I'll talk to you soon, Charles. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Roll Tide. I almost said War Eagle. All right, let's talk about some of our we got so many good sponsors, man. El Rodeo, the Keela Bar and Grill, right across the street from where? The Navy Base. Go by and try them. Happy hours from 4 to 7. The best Mexican food. The brand newest, best Mexican restaurant in Bay County. Go try it. You'll love it. Tell Dave, Coach. You got to tell those people you heard on Coach Hale show. Also, Dave has done a great job. I love Mike. They'll be in here Thursday. The American Charlie. Jim, you and I have been spending a lot of times there in that restaurant. Yep. And I don't know if you've seen it since they fixed it up. No. It's absolutely gorgeous, baby. They got the American flag. They got the Statue of Liberty. They got American Eagles everywhere. Very, very American place to go. And 10% from police officers, nurses, doctors, paramedics, you name it, they take care of the people here in Bay County. If you want a great lunch today, you working people, you'll love this restaurant. Go try it out for lunch today. It's where Montego Bay used to be an Edgewater shopping center. We'll be right back with Ethan Boyd, Jim Brandt, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Let the good times roll at the Rudu Music Experience this Saturday in downtown Panama City on the edge of St. Andrews Bay. It's cuisine and music straight from the Big Easy. And if you want to go, just claim your free wristbands by opening the 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida app. More information at rudu.com.
Good Tuesday morning, mostly sunny in the mid-to-upper 80s today. A southwest wind developing about 10 to 15. Water temperature in the Gulf of Mexico is 77. Mostly clear overnight in the low 70s. Southwest wind about 10 miles per hour. Wednesday and Thursday, mostly sunny in the mid-80s. This weather forecast has been brought to you by KHS and Associates, your source for affordable medical insurance. For 104.3 and 102.1 ESPN Northwest Florida, I'm meteorologist Tim Root.
Have you been to Gin Gin Super King Buffet? It's not your average Gin Gin. Well, here's what you're missing. Gin Gin Super King Buffet has competitive pricing, a great selection, extensive buffet options perfect for family dining. Menu options also include top quality seafood, hibachi and sushi bar, or select their mouth-watering crab legs by order. Bring the family out to Gin Gin Super King Buffet, located next to Wonderworks at 9802 Front Beach Road on Panama City Beach.
I'm Matt Glover with Aero Pest Service, and we are your family-owned and operated pest control company in Bay County since 1977. We can help you have a lawn that you can enjoy with your family. We can get rid of all the insects that destroy your parties. We can get rid of the weeds that give you anxiety, and we can fertilize your lawn and make sure that it's completely green and healthy, just the way you like it. Give us a call today at Aero Pest Service, 850-874-1900.
He's a 10-foot-tall, barrel-chested beast man who showers in vodka and feeds his baby shrimp scampi.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Please welcome.
Pain don't hurt.
Live and local from the J. Michaels studio, the Coach James Hale Show, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Jim Brandt's with us this morning. Ethan Boyd, guys, BYU, Utah. Utah's become a pretty good program out there. They've They've always had good coaches. Urban Meyer was there. They've had good coaches there, and they got one now. BYU. Well, actually, I'm sorry. This is wrong. It's Utah State, which he is a great coach. He signed Jeremy Hester. Coach did. BYU is going to suspend the series with them. They have played 90 times since 1922. The reason they're going to play one more time. The game will be played at BYU, and then that's over because BYU is going into the Big 12, and they have no room left to really bring them on the schedule. Hate to see a big, kind of like Pitt and Penn State when Penn State went to the Big Ten. You kind of hate to see something like that. That's a big money game for both programs, and BYU is going to go on to bigger and better things.
Yeah, I mean with the realignments, that's one of the biggest things that always happens is you lose rivalries that have usually a lot of history.
Is there one game you guys missed that you don't have anymore that you used to have in the Big 12? I'm not talking about Texas. I'm like Texas Tech. I don't know, somebody that you would like to see them play every once in a while.
Like A&M.
Yeah.
I mean A&M not so much.
I think you guys have left
Texas
behind the other schools, don't you?
Yeah, Texas was the only one, and that's just really the in-state rivalry. Other than that, we have a lot more in common with SEC schools than we do on the Big 12 side.
Well, and really and truly, if you guys played Baylor, Texas Tech, SMU, all you're really doing is helping them hurt you in recruiting because you guys are in the SEC. You're making all the money now. All those other teams, they want to play in the SEC. Yeah. They love to play at Bryant-Denny. They love to play in Baton Rouge. They love to play in Gainesville, Athens. So there would be no need for A&M to ever play anybody else over there. I don't think. Yeah. Am I right on that?
No, I agree.
Good.
What's funny about what you said with the BYU thing, if them and Cincinnati, all of them are transitioning to join the Big 12 in 2023, does that mean Texas and Oklahoma are leaving in 2023? I saw they're not coming until 2025.
I saw where they had a schedule where I had this a week ago and never used it. Yes, they have a schedule with all those teams in it with Oklahoma and Texas. And you know good and well they got one without theirs also. I kind of think that I believe they're going to be in the SEC 2023. I don't know why. I just think that.
It seems like everyone's making plans for that to be the case.
Yeah.
Nothing's been announced, but it seems like everyone's making schedules, making arrangements for the big switch to happen.
And doesn't the amount of money they owe the Big 12 goes down every year they're in it? So you can't tell me it's not really hurt. And I wouldn't be surprised the SEC didn't pitch in some money also.
Well, the money, one financial year, the difference between the SEC and the Big 12 is enough to pay 2 to 3 years of their guarantee.
That's what I'm saying.
So I mean, you're shorted 2 years of your contract, but you make up the money in 1 year in the SEC.
Right. And you got to remember,
Sounds
too,
like a wash to me.
We've got teams playing Oklahoma, Texas, and they're going like, well, wait a minute. If they come in, we traveled. Alabama's going out there in 2022. If they come in 2023, Was that going to be an SEC game if we're not in the same division, same pod, or whatever? Will that game actually happen? I say it will, and I say it will count for an SEC game. Alabama's not going to give up a home game.
No.
But it could be an SEC game instead
Right.
of just a non-conference game. That's good what you're talking about. I want to get this in for Jim before we get out of here today. ESPN computers have already came up. They've done all the research. We don't even need to play the season. And I kind of agree with them. If both teams are healthy, I think it's going to happen. Hopefully it'll happen. The computer printed out, spit out that Ohio State will play Alabama for the national championship. Power Index rating gives Alabama a 51.1% chance of making the national championship game. The next highest is the Ohio State Buckeyes at 50%. They're 1% apart from one another. The chances of making it. Alabama, by the computer too, Alabama's projected to beat Ohio State. Let me say it again. Alabama's projected to beat Ohio State by the computers in the national championship
Guess
game.
that's why they play on the field, right?
Well, I don't. If I would agree with this, and this is let this stand.
Based on how Ohio State played defense last year, I would say the same thing. So we'll see.
Yeah, but anyway, I really think they both have a good opportunity.
Oh, I do too. There's no. That would be my two picks for sure.
4-star Sullivan Absper commits to Notre Dame over Clemson, NC State. The number 10 prospect in the state of North Carolina, 6'7", 290. It's 22nd best offensive tackle in the country, the class of 2023. That's just one of them. I got some more really good players that have committed to to Notre Dame. And Jim, in the past, it's been hard to get players in there because of academics. And then they usually get the ones that can make it, either going to go to Alabama, Ohio State. I'm talking about the elite players have not gone there. And maybe this isn't ideal because they don't have to, they're private. They don't have to really say anything. Maybe they are opening up their pocketbooks a little bit, and maybe this is why the recruiting is going really so well right now. You think they're doing that?
I think it's some of that, but I also think some of it's Marcus Freeman. I think he's a young, energizing kind of coach, kind of a player's coach, as some people would say. So I think he's really he's kind of that new age coach, a lot more analytical, and I think he's really making a deep dive and a strong impression on Notre Dame and the young kids and players. So.
Jim, I hold this to Friday for you and Jason. Notre Dame, Ohio State tickets, crazy. I mean, it's nosebleed what it costs to get in the stadium for this game. This is week 1 of 2022. The game will be played at in Columbus. I'll talk more about that. I'm going to say that so you and Jason both are in here on Friday. Rivalries that we need back. This kind of went on what we were doing a minute ago. We need these rivalries back. Clemson, Georgia. I say no. I could care less about that. Do y'all want it back?
I mean, it was a good game. It was a decent.
It'd
I mean,
be
it's
a
a
good
good
TV
game
game.
last year, but
Yeah, but I'm not crying.
yeah,
Arkansas, Texas, we're going to get it back.
yeah,
We will get this one back.
Yeah.
Jim, you mentioned this a minute ago. Nebraska, Oklahoma. Do we need it back? Nebraska, the worst thing they ever did was leave and go into a conference they can't compete in. You know, I know things change, prop things. There's a lot of other issues with it that are making the money. They're taking the money to the bank every week, but they're not winning any football games.
No.
Notre Dame, Michigan. I say yes, that should be coming back. What about this one? What do you think about this one? Colorado, Nebraska. They used to play each other in the conference.
Yeah, that was a big game back in the day.
Yeah, I remember both
when
of them.
Colorado was really competitive.
Yeah, remember Colorado ran the option, and Nebraska was the option team. What about you? You used to see it all the time. Would you want that back?
I mean, I think it's definitely was a good Big 12 game.
I just think Colorado shouldn't be in the conference they're in. I don't think Nebraska needs to be in the Big Ten. They can't compete. Texas A&M, absolutely, we'll get that one back. What about, Jim, you brought this one up. Man, you're smart. Miami, Florida Gators.
To me, that should be played every year. That's just me. I mean,
yeah,
they don't play hardly at all.
Yeah, I agree with you for recruiting, for the state championship, all that. But then again, I got to see Florida's view too. Florida plays in the SEC. They got enough tough games. They got Florida State every year too. Now you add Miami with the SEC. That'd be the toughest schedule in college football every year if they had to play Miami, FSU, then go play in the SEC. That's crazy. Ole Miss, Memphis. Does anybody care? I don't care.
No.
West Virginia, Pitt. Again,
No.
I don't care either. All right, that's what we got for today. This afternoon, we got the underdogs coming in here. Dave always has a great show lined up for you. Feinbaum's on from 6 to 10. We got the Atlanta Braves. We got it all right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We appreciate you guys listening and really do appreciate it. And if you can, please, when you go into these restaurants, our sponsors, make sure you mention you listen here on Coach Hale Show. That kind of helps us out a little bit. And we got great relationships with all of our sponsors. You say that all the time, that people come in and they say they hear it on the show.
All the time.
Yeah, they say how good. They ever say anything about the Yankee? You can tell me off the air if you want. Who's that Yankee y'all got on there?
Yeah, we don't like that Yankee up in there.
I think you make it better, Jim. I do. I think you make the show better when you're here. We need ignorant, stupid remarks every once in a while.
Because
somebody.
I've known
doesn't
you
agree.
long enough that I can make fun of you with impunity.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what it is. Ethan, thank you for the breakfast this morning.
Hey, no problem.
John, you doing okay over there? Did I leave any? I'm so. I left you some. I left you some. I left you some there. Hey, get out to Rudy's today. Anything special going on?
No, just gearing up.
We got you next week.
I'll be here.
And we might need you for fill in for us. That sounds good. I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna be going out of town for a while. Going up to Birmingham watching baseball. All right, how much time? 20 seconds. Jimmy, you got anything you want to say? Tell Judy, get off the phone.
Get off the phone.
Get off the phone. Y'all going to Disney for the holidays?
No, I don't know what we're doing.
Okay. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow, right here. Tomorrow now, we got Mark McLeod, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Everything tomorrow. Dr. Ward, Brian will be in here. We're going to be talking a lot about the Florida Gators tomorrow. We didn't say much about them today, but we'll talk a lot about those Gators tomorrow. I'd love to see old Coach Spurrier one more time. All right, we're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Dan Patrick Show.
If I'm Philly, you might have to just look in the mirror and say, do we have the right coach, and do we need to bring back James Harden? But when you don't score and you don't